I put my hat here?
Sure. Okay, we got stuff to talk about. You're in trouble because of the allegation that you made threatening statements against a judge. And my staff is forwarding emails that you're sending to people listing a judge's home address. What are you doing?
I just got it off the internet and
Why would you do that?
Because I sensed.
Why would you send a group of people the address, the personal residence of a sitting judge?
I pasted it on my Facebook.
Why would you do that?
You were right, because I was reading about their judgments in the past with the Naomi Irion case.
So you thought that sending their personal address?
No, I got it off of a website off the internet.
Why would you circulate
There's
that?
no law that says I can't do that.
You're already in trouble for threatening a judge.
I didn't.
And you send an email to people with the new judge's personal address? Explain that to me.
I sent a bunch of emails.
You didn't strike me, I don't mean to, dude, you didn't strike me as like anyone who had any issue. You seemed very reasonable, pleasant when we last talked. And I come in here and you're seeing these groups of 50 people on your emails talking about political shit, talking about Hillary Clinton, Charlie Kirk, and you're putting judges' personal addresses. Why would you do that?
It's off the internet.
Why?
Because it's part of what I feel like is part of the case. I feel like you've been hustling me. You told me that I was crazy the last time I met you.
Their allegation is that you were crazy.
Camille Vecchiarelli recused because they were biased. They approved those restraining orders against me.
Could they be recusing themselves because they're frightened that you're sitting there? Yes, absolutely. You have to consider that, Billy. You can't just think about yourself. When you put a judge's personal information and send it, judges live under threats from people all the time.
So they recused out of, the judge Camille Vecchiarelli said they were biased, not because they were threatened by me.
They are threatened by you.
Camille Vecchiarelli is.
And then you go send an email with her personal address? I'm shocked, dude. You were so pleasant to talk with. Then I'm looking through these emails. I'm like, is this actually the same guy? Because the guy I spoke to was pleasant, respectful. Are you recording me? You can't record me. You're going to get a new lawyer.
Dude, I'm standing here.
You're going in there. You don't record people without their consent. You're going to get a new lawyer. I wish you well. I'm not going to get you in trouble. You get a new lawyer. Okay. You can't do that, dude. You cannot record me without my consent. You cannot. And
I've been on my phone.
Before you get in more trouble,
yeah,
stop sending personal. I'm just telling you that person to person. Stop sending judges personal shit and emails to everyone. I don't think you're a wicked person. But if you don't stop doing that, you're going to end up in much deeper shit. That breaks a rule that you probably weren't thinking of, but you cannot do that. And so the next person you work with, you need to shift down 3 gears. You need to calm down and give yourself a break, okay? Give yourself a little bit of grace. But those two things cannot be done. That's wildly inappropriate. I'm not going to get you in trouble for it. I'm not going to get you in trouble for it, but you know you can't do that, right? These are the things like...
Nobody told me these things.
Ignorance of the law is not a defense. Fair? You know that. You're not a stupid guy. That's why I'm confused. But you can't do that, dude. And you can't go emailing the judge's address. No matter what happens going forward, Mr. Dunn, and I wish you well, don't do that because it's going to hurt you more than help you.
Can I talk to my mother and have them get me a lawyer?
Yes, you can. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to be diplomatic to the court. Okay? I'm not going to throw you under the bus, but I'm going to indicate to the judge that a change in attorneys is warranted. Okay? And I only caution you going forward. Don't make yourself. They were going to offer you a misdemeanor today to close your case, and that may not have even been the right fit for you. But now instead of talking about that, how to get your case closed, you now have to start all the way over at ground zero. And what I would recommend is when you get your fresh start, don't be so paranoid about the lawyer. If the lawyer fucks up, you have a remedy against them at the end, not in the middle. Be calm, cool, collected, be a gentleman in court, stop with the emails. They're going to get you in more trouble than they help you. Okay. And the other part is, these people are going to allege, Mr. Dunn, that you are crazy. They're going to say that. So your options are twofold. One, you can just let it all happen to you, or you can get ahead of it. And you can say, I already went and talked to the doctors. Here's my comps. I'm not crazy. You guys have to listen to what I'm saying now. They're going to keep sweeping you under the rug and brushing you aside and acting like your words carry no weight because they're going to keep using the allegation, Dunn needs mental health help. Guess what? Everyone needs mental health help. Join the fucking club. Okay, that's not groundbreaking.
It shouldn't be normalized.
It shouldn't be, that's true. It shouldn't be normalized, but they're going to dismiss you, and they're going to dismiss your points using that old trope. And if you don't make a plan to get ahead of it, they're going to keep bonking you over the head, saying, no, we don't really believe him, we think he's got a screw loose, and you're going to play right into their hands. The next attorney you get, you need to be open-minded, you need to get your comp done, so that when the doctor report says this gentleman is perfectly fine, they can't keep using the trope. And they can't keep brushing you aside, and they're going to have to listen. But you're fueling your fire. You're fueling their prejudice against you by sending all these emails, which are largely irrelevant. And
I disagree with you.
They shouldn't. That's fair. Both have the right to disagree with one another. But also, you shouldn't be casting that net so broad. You're sending emails to attorneys who don't even represent you. That causes all kinds of problems. Because now they can't. Because they've already, you've made them material witnesses to your case. Give yourself a break. Don't film people without their consent. Nevada is a two-party consent state. So you could get in trouble for that. That's not what's going to happen. But also, you can't do that to me and then expect me to carry your case forward. So I have no hard feelings for you, but you're underestimating some of the little persnickety trickities in a case. Okay? And you have your right to disagree with me. I'm going to go in there and be a gentleman. I encourage you to be the same. You're your own man. And you stand on your own 2 feet, okay? So I'm not getting you in trouble, but be more careful, dude. And be more careful, especially with people writing. They love that shit. They love it. It helps them more than it helps you, okay? So now, what do we do now? I gotta tell the judge I'm not gonna bring
This is a catch-21 because Beccarelli recused out of bias, admitted right on it was biased. So I wasn't allowed to go up to the courthouse and file a restraining order back on it because they had the camera pointed right at my front porch. And they come around, they have security monitors there, and they come around, they're yelling at me.
What I would recommend is when you want to catalog that stuff, specifically contain it to your attorney. And then if shit goes wrong at the end, then you can break that loose. That privilege between attorney and client, you can break it at any time. An attorney can never break it. But when you include all these other people, it's no longer privileged. So what I want you to do is refine your communications to your represented counsel, keep the frivolity and you may think some of it's relevant, that's for you to decide. Trim the fat on it, keep it lean and to the point, and only send emails to your attorney, and don't include any judge's personal information. I don't think you did that to be wicked.
No, I didn't.
But I think you also, in fairness, underestimated the trouble that could cause someone. Alright, so there's no hard feelings, and I seriously do.
The Troy driver supposedly hung himself at the Lyon County Jail.
I heard you saying.
I think he was murdered there. And these people across the street from me have entrapped me. That's a catch-21, and why didn't you go for a catch-21 on this? That's entrapment.
Because the
The judge, how come you don't run with the fact that the judge recused out of bias? Right on there.
The public defender can't get involved when the judge recuses as of their own perception of, I don't want to hear it. That's why this county has 3
That's
justices.
part of the case. That's part of the case for you to go to tell, hey, look, the judge and this recused out of bias.
I will tell you
So
this,
that means that there was something going on, but they had something against me, so they.
But you've not been convicted of anything. You've not been convicted.
Not
You're
yet.
still presumably innocent.
That's
So
great.
they got you a new venue with a new judge. That's probably as far as they're going to cure it for you. The question for us is, I think, and this is the part where don't fall out of your chair because you can use it to your benefit if you're clever, if you can swallow your pride. A competency evaluation is going to be forthcoming for you. It doesn't mean I think you're crazy, okay? But these people are going to dismiss every point you bring up and counterpoint you bring up in your case because they're going to say, well, Dunn's crazy and we don't have to listen to him. So the foolish move would be not to be proactive about that. The chess move would be to say, oh, you're gonna wipe all my claims under the table because you say I'm crazy, then I'll do your comp and I'll show you I'm not crazy, and then you're gonna have to fucking listen to me. And they're not gonna be able to brush you aside like they're doing. Does that make sense? I'm not trying to insult you, sir.
My mind's a bit boggled right now, but okay.
You know what I'm saying? So the question for the judge is, does she keep me on for the evaluations, or do they remove us right now? It's probably gonna be right now. You need to keep your phone on. You need to stand in trouble, and you be just a little more thoughtful, I guess. That's not exactly the great word, but more mindful of what other people will think when you're sending all that shit out.
Alright,
Fair?
yeah.
I don't wish you
I guess.
ill. I wish you
Okay.
well.
I pray that God takes care of you. You seem a bit wired.
Okay, that's fair. Everyone's entitled to their own.
You have
perception.
a employee at your business named Crystal, don't you?
I do.
Crystal Meth?
No.
Okay.
Are you upset right now? I would recommend don't go into court if you're upset.
I'm not upset at
You
all.
are?
No, why would I be upset?
Well, you seem upset.
I'm not upset
Okay,
at all.
good. As long as you're okay.
I'm not, you're not psychologically projecting on me because I'm not upset at all.
What does that mean?
Psych-
Oh, meaning like I'm upset, saying you're upset?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
I just wanna make sure when you go into court, you're calm, cool,
I'm calm, yeah, this is interesting information here about the Twin Towers collapsing. That was an injustice.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
tragic.
Yeah. So when do I go in?
They won't let you in until the.
All right.